1 2 3 4 5 6. Hi guys, my name is Jason and welcome back to my karate class. In today's class, I'm going to be teaching you guys the basic karate punch. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first off, we're going to put our feet hip width apart, standing nice and tall. And from here, you're just going to find your center by bringing your hands together like so. Now from this centered position, you're going to pull one hand back to your hip into a fist and one hand extending straight out into the center of your body. How do we find the center? You guys found it by bringing your hands together and then put one hand back to your hip, one hand straight out. So starting off nice and slow, there's going to be two motions that are going on. You have the actual punch going out and you have the retrieving hand going back. Those two motions are always going to be in sync and working together. As the punch goes out, a couple things you want to keep in mind. You want to make sure that your forearm and elbow are close as possible to your body. That way you are not flaring out your elbows, giving away your punch. You actually want to be able to hear this sound of your gi, okay, rubbing against your body. So that's how you will know that your elbow is not coming out. So starting off from this position, we're going to bring one hand out and one hand back at the same time. Okay, start off slow and then rotate into position. As you land with your punch, you want to make sure your first two knuckles are in the center. You want to make contact with the target with those two knuckles because this is going to be the most solid point of your punch. Same thing from here, boom, here, boom. One more. Good job. If you guys are having trouble getting the rotation in sync, doing that together, an exercise you can do is have two hands out in a fist, pull them back. So as you pull it back to your hip, you are twisting, you are rotating that back to your hip. Exhale as you are doing this. Now from here, let's try it a little faster. So you have one hand out, one hand back to your hip. I will count in Japanese. After I count, you guys can attempt your punch. So ready? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So once you guys feel a little bit more comfortable, you can start by adding a second punch to it. So instead of doing punches in a single count, you're going to add two punches to the count. So for example, I go 1 1 2 ni 1 2. Make sure when you do the punches, they are landing in the center. You're keeping your elbows and forearms close to your body. You're not flailing them out, and you're not punching in odd or random directions. Okay, everything's center aligned. You want to land your punch in the most efficient way as possible, from A to B. No detours along the way. The most direct route possible, straight to the target. So when we count, we go 1 2. Okay, ready? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. As a very important detail, especially when you're starting out, is to remember to stay relaxed. If you practice techniques and you're all stiff and you're trying to force the movement, force a technique, this is not going to teach you the way of karate. In the way of karate, you guys learn to use the least amount of effort to produce the greatest amount of force. So how to do that? The best way possible is to stay relaxed and time your breathing with all your techniques. Being stiff, again, it's going to drain your power fast, going to reinforce bad habits, bad techniques, bad posture. So again, as you're doing these punches, keep your shoulders relaxed, stay heavy but focused, calm but ready. So you're here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 One last tip for you guys is you always want to utilize your hips. That hip motion, those mechanics, that's what's going to really deliver the power into your strike. Okay, if you are just punching with your arm and my hips are stagnant, they're not dynamic, they're not active, you're not going to be able to generate power. So again, how to generate power in the most efficient way possible into your punch. Stay relaxed, use your hips, breathe, take your time. So before you guys go, let's do 10 more punches. Try to apply all the tips we just talked about. Staying loose, using your hips, punching to the center, timing your breath with your strikes. One hand out, one hand back to your hip. Forearm, elbow always close to your body. Visualize the target in front of you. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, look, six, hach, ku, do. Alright guys, so that's the end of this lesson. I really hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you liked it, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not already, go ahead and please subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all my future content. Alright, so this is your boy Jason signing in, signing out.